Hello Libra, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Adriana and this is your tarot message for March of 2023. I also offer one-on-one readings as well as mentorship, so if you're looking for some deeper knowledge or some more expansive information to help you on your path, please do check out the description below and see what's there. All right, let's get the cards to crown your energy at this time. All right, Oracle card first. We've got laughter. This is great. So there's a need to lighten up, Libra, that maybe you've been looking at your situation too heavy and too hard. Laughter is this great youth-giving energy that totally can change everything. I don't know if this is an actual saying, but it's popping into my head that laughter is the shortest distance between two people. Laughter draws us together, and laughter also helps us not take what's going on with ourselves so seriously. If you can learn to laugh at yourself, to laugh at your mistakes, it's just much easier to move on. And Libra, I do feel like you've been very hard on yourself and by extension, very hard on those around you. There's a funny story, if you're into tennis, or even if you're not, it's a great book. It's Andre Agassi's autobiography called Open. And there's this really funny moment where he's just had his first child, and his wife, Steffi Graf, decides to leave them alone for just 10 minutes. It was something ridiculous, like 10 minutes or 40 minutes. And he's giving himself a beard trim, and he's like, you know what? Little guy, I can't remember the kid's name. You could use a little trim on yourself as well. Well, he ends up accidentally shaving the kid's head. And, Agassi was famous for having the bald head. And so his wife comes back and she's like, what? I can't leave you alone with this child for 40 minutes? What? And you have to shave everyone's head? What? And she's shocked first. And the way he describes it is so funny. She lets forth this torrent in German that he can't understand. And he doesn't know how to respond because he's so, ashamed and embarrassed of being such an irresponsible parent. And then she just starts laughing. It really is funny. The kid's hair is going to grow back, right? No harm was done, but it totally diffused the situation. And that, I feel like, roundabout story for you, Libra, it's the use of laughter to diffuse tension. That is one of your gifts. And that gift needs to be used a lot more right now. Okay, let's see what else is in there crowning your energy. Ace of Water. And then our other card. We're going to get two cards here. Five of Wands and Three of Swords. All right, so indeed some heavier energies happening here with these two cards. Ace of Water is a reset or a rebirth happening, and then into the laughter. So there's this lovely progression of this heavier, I'm going to say darker, more difficult energy, and then this moment of cleansing or purification, the Ace of Water, and then we end in laughter. And I love that these two cards are headed for each other. That after that moment of purification, then we're headed into that lightening up of being. But what has been going on around you? Five of Wands, energy challenging you, and energy challenging you to learn to stand up for yourself, because you're learning over and over that people aren't going to stand up for you, not in the way that you want them to. That's our Three of Swords over here, coupled with this Five of Wands energy, that this is a hard lesson, because it's very easy to get stuck in the mindset of, well, if no one stands up for me, then I'm not worth standing up for, so why should I stand up for me? And that's not how this works, Libra. You have to stand up for yourself first, regardless if anyone else is going to do it. And there's something else in here, so just give me a second. I also feel like Libra, it's like in your face right now. All the things you do, bending over backwards to please other people or to accommodate people, all the times that you sacrifice what you really want to do to make someone else happy, it's like right here. And it's so glaringly obvious to you that the more you do this, the more you're asked to give up. And the Five of Wands is this energy within you that's starting to say, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't stand in this competitive circle anymore where it's always one of us losing our needs. Either you get your needs met or I get my needs met, but we never both get our needs met. And I can't do this anymore. I can't be in this relationship where I am constantly tearing myself down to please you. And I do feel that there is a walking away that happens with this Ace of Water. It's you realizing that you need a different kind of relationship to give you sustenance. You need a different kind of relationship to give you that emotional lightness of being. And I'm doing this, I'm kind of fussing with the cards because these are completely different decks, and this is Oracle and this is Tarot, but there's a visual connection going on between these decks. So it's like laughter lightens up that path into the Ace of Water and back and forth. When you let go of these relationships where you're competing to have your needs met, then there's this lighter energy that flows towards you that is more divinely connected. And I do believe if you're looking for new relationships, new ways of being, use this laughter as your guide. How easy is it to laugh with them? How easy is it to laugh with yourself, laugh at yourself with them? How using that laughter as your barometer for if this person is right for me or not. Because it's likely if you're in a competitive situation, a competitive relationship, no one's laughing because everyone is taking themselves very seriously. But laughter is the key to that open heart. Because even when you laugh, you think of the act of laughing, you're letting yourself be very vulnerable. It's a goofy noise we make and it's goofy faces we make. And in order for you to feel really comfortable around someone to be that vulnerable must mean they're a special person. So use that as your guidepost. All right, Libra, we're going to look at also an obstacle in your way, a hidden piece of the puzzle that you may not have considered. And then if it feels right, we'll have to see where to go from there. All right, obstacle first. We're going to go with this deck. Ace of Air and the Seven of Water. Okay, so Libra, there is a situation where you really need to stand up and assert yourself. And you have been trying to convince yourself that it's not true, that what you're seeing is not real or it's not true, or maybe it's all right, you know? Like when people say, oh, this is the truth, but it's all right. Example, let's say you go into a restaurant and you really want a certain thing and they're out of whatever makes that dish so special to you, and you're inside, you're like, that's really annoying, I don't want this anymore. But you say to the waiter, oh, that's all right. But it's not the way you feel inside. And I use that simple example because what we're talking about here is much more serious. But it's that feeling of, this really isn't okay with me. But on the outside you say, oh, but it is. It's all right. Okay. This Ace of Air means business. You have to stand up and say, no, this is not right for me. Or no, I don't see it this way. This is what we're going to do, because I do feel like you've been in the semi-dark about this, meaning you know what you feel inside, but you haven't wanted to bring it out into the open, and you've been procrastinating. That's our Seven of Cups energy as well. So you've been holding off a difficult conversation or holding off a moment of expressing your clarity. There's a real danger in this energy here that you will try to convince yourself of a different truth, or that the truth isn't the real truth, that there's a different truth that's somehow more palatable that you can continue to swallow. And that it's like once the gauntlet is thrown down, you can't take it back. Once it's out there in your face, you can't unsee it. So this obstacle you're encountering, Libra, is within your own mind and kind of within your own guts, like having the stomach to be able to say what it is that you need to say. All right, what is the missing piece? Seven of Cups. You got the Seven of Cups twice in a row, pretty much. All right. So missing piece. Get out of the illusion about what's going on. Get out of... I have a friend, and we talk about, I'll say it nicely for the channel, getting your head stuck where the sun doesn't shine. It's like, get your head out of there. Get your out of... It's going on right in front of you, but you're not wanting to see it. All right, now Libra, I have to say, if you have a Scorpio friend and the Scorpio friend has been trying to tell you something, really listen to them, okay? I just did the Scorpio reading, and they are interacting with an air sign who's not willing to see the truth. And if that's you, the Scorpio has really valuable information for you. Okay, Libra, so just a little bonus information. Okay, but the missing piece is that you're allowing yourself to be, I will use the word seduced by this pretty fantasy, or seduced by this illusion that keeps you from having to pay attention to this single cup. And this is really interesting because you've got the single cup here. We've got the Ace of Water, which is one cup. And we've got the Ace of Water being the purification, the release from all of this other baggage, from all of these other icky types of relationships that keep you not in a good place. But you're ignoring the release because you're not wanting to, Ace of Air, make a break, make a cut with this energy. So it's very interesting because we don't have any earth cards in your reading. We don't have any pentacles. So the problem here is head in the clouds, or head in the place where it doesn't need to be, Libra. So it's very important that you start to look around, you start to wake up, and you start to pay attention to your feelings, and you start to pay attention to what is essentially robbing you of your joy, robbing you of that lightness that you used to feel and that you're used to feeling, but not around certain people, not around certain situations. Okay, so I can tell you right now, for the extended, we're going to go deeper into this illusion delusion here, how to break out of it, but I want to leave you with something. And with one last message. So the extended reading, the link is in the description below. All you have to do is click on it, and empowerment just fell out. So that's here. Stand up for yourself. Ace of Air, empowerment card. It's time to gather your power. It's time to wake up, and it's time to make a move. I love the image on this card because it's as if she's been sleeping with her head in the water. And the water has become too stormy, and all of a sudden she's like lifting herself out, and the sun comes to meet her, comes to light her way. So it is time to make a move. You've got to do something about your situation very soon, if not right now, Libra. This is timing as well. It's time. Okay, I'm going to switch over to the extended. If you want to follow me over there, link in the description below, and I'll see you soon, Libra.